What if I told you that deep inside the total darkness of the Amazon rainforest floor, where the air is thick with invisible toxic spores, deadly flesh-eating parasites, and venomous predators, nature has engineered a hidden survival grid? What if I told you that while a modern human would decay or get infected within 48 hours in this living hell, certain primitive floor plants have developed an aggressive chemical armor that makes them completely immune to predators? We've been conditioned to look for health in pristine, sterile labs. But the real biodefense is built in the mud of the jungle war zone. The ancient shamans of the deep canopy didn't just stumble upon medicine. They harvested the evolutionary weapons of plants that refuse to die. Today, for ancient vitality, we are breaking the silence on the Amazonian venom protocol. 7 primal plants that can purge modern industrial pollution from your blood, reboot your muscle density, and build an invincible shield around your nervous system. Let's descend into the dark canopy. We begin on the damp, shadow-drenched floor of the Amazon basin, where grows a low-lying shrub known as Pedrahumceae. In an environment where insects and fungi constantly try to drain a plant's sugary sap, this botanical anomaly developed a molecular mechanism that completely alters glucose processing. Shamans call it the vegetal insulin. Modern endocrinology has discovered that its leaves are packed with Mersha polyphenol that block the alpha-glucosidase enzyme. When you introduce this to your body, it acts as a cellular shield for your pancreas. It stops modern synthetic sugars from spiking your blood, forcing your cells to utilize energy efficiently instead of storing it as toxic visceral fat. Deep under the roots of giant jungle trees hides the Pfaffia paniculata, or suma root. Native tribes call it para to do, which means for everything. Because this root has to fight aggressive underground parasites that chew through wood, it synthesizes massive amounts of beta-ecdysterone and unique saponins. This isn't a steroid, but a master plant hormone. When consumed, suma root triggers protein synthesis directly inside human muscle fibers without altering your natural hormone balance. It increases cellular oxygenation, turning your cardiovascular system into a high-end endurance engine that clears lactic acid before fatigue can set in. Imagine a tree so tough that even the most destructive termites and boring beetles of the Amazon can't leave a scratch on it. This is Chuchahuasi, Matinus crocovii. Its incredibly dense, reddish bark contains a rare cocktail of crocovine alkaloids and triterpenes that inhibit tumor necrosis factor, TNF-alpha. To the deep jungle warriors who carry hundreds of pounds through treacherous swamps, a brew of this bark was the ultimate structural armor. It travels straight to the human skeletal system, lubricating your spinal discs and reinforcing bone density, effectively clearing chronic lower back stiffness and structural joint decay overnight. Deep in the Brazilian rainforest grows a small tree whose wood is so potent, the locals simply call it potency wood, or muirapuama. In the heavy, suffocating humidity of the jungle, blood stagnation can lead to rapid organ failure. Muirapuama has evolved unique sterols and volatile oils that target the human nervous system. It acts as an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor, which sharpens brain signals and memory. Simultaneously, it forces the microcapillaries of your circulatory system to dilate, flooding your brain and lower energy centers with a massive surge of fresh, oxygenated blood, shattering mental burnout in minutes. When a giant copaifer tree is attacked by boring insects or fungal infections, it drills its own internal channels and secretes a thick, golden liquid gold known as copaiba oleoresin. This isn't a normal essential oil. It is a heavy resin packed with beta-caryophyllene, a compound that directly stimulates your body's CB2 cannabinoid receptors. When modern pollutants, stress, and seed oils create a silent fire of chronic inflammation inside your organs, a single drop of copaiba acts as the ultimate extinguisher. It targets internal swelling, clears cellular oxidation, and shields your gut wall from toxic breaches. Growing as a fierce, thorny weed in the disturbed clearings of the jungle is Jurabiba, Solanum paniculatum. Because it thrives where other plants die, its roots concentrate a massive amount of bitter steroidal glycosides. For centuries, Amazonian tribes used Jurabiba to treat severe liver stagnation caused by jungle fevers and toxic stings. Modern science reveals it is a master stimulant for the liver and spleen. It aggressively forces the clearance of bile blockages, helping your liver sweep out the microplastics and heavy metals that accumulate from our modern lifestyle, restoring your blood purification system to its factory settings. Finally, crawling like a snake across the jungle floor is the Caeponia taia, or taya root. This vine faces constant chemical warfare from toxic insects. In response, it has engineered cucurbitacins that act as a profound nerve sedative and cellular protectant. When your central nervous system is overfired by digital blue light, constant stress, and neural exhaustion, taia acts like a cooling, grounding wire. It filters out chronic pain signals traveling up your spinal cord and reduces neural toxicity, allowing your brain to slip into a deep, restorative state of repair. The plants of the Amazonian venom protocol did not evolve in a peaceful garden. They were forged in a relentless biological war zone, and they won. You can continue to feed your cells the weak, nutrient-deficient crops of industrial farming, or you can choose to introduce the weaponized chemistry of the deep jungle into your veins. Reclaim your primal defense grid. Smash that like button if you're ready to become unbreakable. Drop a comment below. Which of these deep canopy survival weapons are your cells starving for? I read every single comment because we are rebuilding the human fortress together. Subscribe to Ancient Vitality, and I'll see you in the next one.